All right, all right, all right. Shoot, I finally made it. Give me a few seconds here. Just trying to get things going. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Mr. Live Too Long, aka David W. Brown. Welcome back in the building. I wanted to go live yesterday. Was it yesterday? Shoot, I don't forgot, man. I wanted to go live yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. But I was having issues with StreamYard and Facebook. My Facebook, one of my Facebook pages got hacked. And so I had to create another one, but the new one, the one I'm on right now, the Lie Too Long Facebook account is active, but the original David Brown Facebook account has issues. I may get into that on how that happened, but hey, I'm glad I'm here, man. I'm glad I'm here. It's trying to see is my subject being shown here. Did I make a mistake at? Hmm. So what I'm going to talk about is first of all, I'm glad to be back. Feeling much better than I have been. I got extremely sick, and that was a journey within itself. And but I mean, I guess a necessary journey for things to be revealed and exposed within and outside of myself. So I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I always say that, but then I end up being on here like 2 hours because then I get in that zone and then here we go. But I thought the title is back on the scene basically, and I just want to share my experience I had with where I go with the with so I got to start lifting these dumbbells back up. I'm losing muscle. I bought me some dumbbells a couple of days ago, so I got to do my regimen before I go to bed. But man, I was sick, man. I had like let's go back like 4 weeks ago, right? I had caught this cold. I guess it was the flu. I don't know what it was. I don't know, flu, walking pneumonia, but it had me in a bad way. So I mean, I've been through that before. So I started playing Dr. Brown and doing the things I needed to do to bounce back. But before I go there though, let me go here. Prior to that, I was like going through my mind was playing tricks to me because I take insulin. And I was at the point like, man, I ain't doing this shit. I'm not taking this insulin no more. So I stopped. And so 2 months later, I catch this cold and I address it, you know, I take medication, I get rest. At the same time, I'm this house manager for this house with IDD clients. So I'm constantly I'm trying to get myself well and address the needs of the house and the clients. And you know, I started feeling better. I think like a week later, 9, 10 days, I started feeling better. I started to notice I couldn't smoke anymore. Every time I tried to smoke a cigarette, it felt like I was trying to cough out a lung. So I had to come to grips and stop smoking cigarettes, which I wanted to do anyway. So I looked at this illness at that time to be the vehicle for me to stop smoking. So I started feeling better, right? The cold is gone. I think by that time I went to visit some family in Waxahachie, Texas. On the adopted side, I have two families. I have a biological side, I have an adopted side. So the adopted side was celebrating the birthday for one of my cousin uncles. I call him my uncle, but he's really my cousin. And so I went down there and I had to request some days off because I wanted a couple of days off because I was still feeling tired. It seemed like no matter how much rest I got, I was still I just couldn't get no get back. I wasn't bouncing back. So I figured, well, shoot, I had to fight for that. Place I work for manage, we're gonna get into that as well, but they make it hard to get days off. You know what I'm saying? Then when I do ask for days off, they hit me back like, well, your house is not as hard as the other houses, so I'm gonna respect their days off before this. So that's a whole this issue because I could be on that for a minute. But anyway, I got it. We had to tussle a little bit, so I got it. Took through this couple of days off, went to Waxahachie, Texas, visit the family, but I wasn't 100%. I was looking tired. My legs weren't strong. I had to be careful how I walked. My joints were messing with me. I'm like, man, but I'm there, and I had a good time. Had a good time. Left there, went to the went there, got me a room at this hotel, nice little hotel, 4-star hotel. That was Super Bowl Sunday, right? So I got the hotel night before the Super Bowl, got me some good rest, ate me some more food, rested, watched the Super Bowl game, left there, went back to work, and I'm still feeling the same way. So let's go 2 weeks later. All of a sudden, like my bathroom from my bed, it can't be no more than 15 feet, and I was out of breath. And then at night when I'm trying to sleep, I was always having a hard time breathing. My body was like, it was just fighting. So I'm like, mm. So I'm like, I'm telling my employer, hey man, something's wrong. I need to go to the doctor. But once again, I had these clients, and they had some appointments, and I wanted to make sure, I'm still fighting it because my thing is, I've always had issues and I always bounce back, but this time I couldn't bounce back. So what was it? Tuesday or Wednesday, I told my employer, "Hey, look, the next day I'm going to the VA to emergency," and so I did. I got down there to the company vehicle, went down there. I'm thinking maybe they, I'm thinking they treat me and probably let me go later on that evening and everything be cool. So I get there. I had to walk to the bus shuttle. Can't breathe. Get on the bus shuttle. Get to the emergency drop off point. Walk inside. I told them I can't breathe. So they jumped on me like right on rice. Started taking my vitals and doing what they do. Put me in a wheelchair. That was the last time I walked for a minute. And then they took me to emergency. And then the doctor came in, was a brother. Came in, checked me out. They said my ankles were swollen. I mean, they were like, I was jacked up. My feet were swollen. My ankles were swollen. That was a major concern too because I never did that before. But I had stopped taking water pills too for a minute. So my ankles had swelled up and it wasn't going down. I'm getting up during the night like every 2 hours urinating, you know, and I'm drinking a whole lot of water at the same time. So the fluid I'm taking out, I'm replacing it immediately. So anyway, the doctor looked at me, they, checked my vitals and stuff. They put a Lasix or a water uh, pill or water, medication to make me to drain the water off of my limbs to an IV. So the doctor was like saying, man, we see what's going on, but I'm still kind of concerned. So we're going to run some more tests. So they did a CAT scan on me. So when they did the CAT scan on me, this is when they came up with that I had blood clots in my lungs. And I had put so much pressure on my heart that now I have congestive heart failure. That's why the fluid is not pumping out of my body. So they're like saying, look, man, we're gonna keep you here and run some more tests on you, and you may be here for a couple of days. So I'm like, cool. I let my employer know, hey, I'm in the hospital. And then went the journey. The journey was I ended up staying in that hospital for 7 days with the congestive heart failure, fluid in my lungs, blood clots. So they gave me a gang of medication. They started monitoring. And let me give a shout out to the Dallas VA hospital, man, because they really took care of a brother. The doctors, the nurses, the patient techs, man, they were on me every 2 hours. They checking on me. It was a great experience. And I had my own little private room. And I'm very, me at first, you put me in a private room. My theory of hospitals is I know that sometimes people go in and they don't check out. So I'm like, man, is this it? Are they gonna get me? Are they gonna, you know, I'm being all, I have my tinfoil hat on, right? Tinfoil kufi on, and but the experience I had, I came across some very God caring people that took care of me. So I ended up coming out of the hospital 7 days later. Now, in the meantime, my employer, I had a company car. They asked me, "Hey, where's the car at?" I told them where the car. Oh, hey, we're gonna come get it. No problem. I gave them the address. Come get it. But I found out later on that day they were gonna release me at this time the next day. So I hit them back. Said, "Hey, they're gonna release me the next day." So they like saying, "Well, okay, well, we'll leave the car until Thursday." They will also ask me other questions about, you know, um, certain things that was pertaining to clients. So I answered a few. I you know When I had doctor visits, I recorded what the doctor was saying. 'Cause I wasn't gonna remember all that stuff, and so I would share that with my family and the biological and adopted side. And I also shared one video to my employer, let them know, hey, I don't know when I'm getting out. I mean, I still got to go back and have my heart check and see if I have any blockages in my heart. I'll probably end up doing that in the next couple of weeks. But they say, hey, we're gonna let you go home. We're gonna take you off this IV of the Lasix, which is the water draining pill, fluid pill. When your feet come down and your swelling come down on your feet, we don't expect the swelling to go all the way down. We just want to see process that it is going down. We put you on pills. We're gonna let you go home. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I let my employer know, hey man, I'll be home. I end up getting out. I guess it was Wednesday or Thursday. I forgot what day it was, but I didn't get out till like 6 p.m. in the evening. So by that time, the shuttles on the bus were not operating. So I had to walk from the emergency door to my car, which was, it was quite a ways. I mean, maybe 2,000 feet, maybe further than that, maybe less. I don't know. But I made it. My legs were weak because I hadn't really done nothing, but I wasn't out of breath. So I'm like, I'm cool. I'm like, man, I'm back on the scene. So I end up driving back to the house. The house is my employment. I get down there. I got a gang of medication. I got a suitcase full of medication. So when I get back to the house, I'm like, okay, uh, let me get my medications together. And at that time, I have one of my managers. He's working in the house. He's taking care of some things. So I'm not really, I'm just coming out the hospital. I'm not jumping in anything. Later on that evening, before he goes home, I said, okay, so what's up for tomorrow? Man, these suckers pulled me off the payroll and then hired somebody else to take my place. And they tried to put out like I agreed to that. Now we had a conversation before I went to the hospital, but it had nothing to do with what they did. It was something totally different. I'm not gonna get into that, but that's what they use. And then I'm like, say, hey, what's the problem? And then they start talking about your job performance. So my thing is like, dude, what the F are y'all talking about? And if my job performance so bad, how come y'all ain't never really, really said it? How come I haven't, what's going on? Well, we didn't know you was coming back. And I said, well, why didn't you ask? I mean, I'm communicating with you. Well, we didn't want to disturb you because you're in the house. I said, but you asked me for everything else. You asked me about a client. You asked about the car. I mean, you could have said something. I could have made some arrangements at the VA and probably stayed in the hospital another 2 weeks. I could use the rest. I ain't tripping. I got a work release here from the doctor. I'm good to go. So they iced me. They iced me. I won't get too deep into that, but it's like, okay, you guys really don't understand who I am because I'm the type of individual I will fight a company any day at any time. I've always been involved in stuff like that. I feel like any type of injustice is going on and we can't come to a conclusion, then I'm going to get somebody involved. So that's still up in the air with me right now, right? But it was like, how could you do that while I'm in the hospital? I'm not, you show me right now you don't give a damn. Okay, that's fine. Then let me go. I mean, you know, you're not happy with me, then let me go. I've always been that way. If you're not happy with me or the things that's going on, then you go. Move on. Do your thing. Let me go. So now I feel like, hey, it's about, but they don't want to let me go. But it just look like they're just doing some things for me to say, fuck it, I'm out of here. I can do that too, you know, but it's a money issue. Since you took me off the pay, you messing with my money. So it's like, okay, well, if you want me to go, you still got to pay me according to the description that we agreed to on the contract. Whether you like my performance or not, you still have to pay me even when you let me go. I mean, like if you give a 2 week notice to your job, they're not going to say, well, since you're leaving in 2 weeks, we're only going to pay you half or a third of your salary. No, I don't work like that. The hell is you talking about? So it's like, I mean, use an analogy. It's like a stove. You got four burners on it. So now we got two burners being used. One burner is a pot where they're saying, hey, look, uh, maybe we can make things a little uncomfortable. You just say fucking and quit. Excuse my French, try not to curse that much. Or, and I got the other pot saying, no, go ahead and terminate me because now it's a money issue. But yeah, I'm going to apply, you know. But then there's another burner with a tea kettle full of water in it. And my question is, how do you know when a tea kettle is ready? When you put a tea kettle on the burner, how do you know that the substance you have in the tea kettle is ready? So, okay, let me go and put this on the back because when that back burner starts whistling, it's going to cause a reaction to the front. So that's where I'm at with that. Now, I got friends and family, they say, man, you ain't got to go through that, man. You come kick it with us and get some things done. So I got a place to go. I don't even have to stay here. I'm just putting all my ducks in a row right now so that when I pull that trigger again, or when I pull that trigger, I got my finger on the trigger. So when I pull that trigger and then pow, here we go. And I'm like saying, hey man, and I had another issue. Okay, so when I left, my living quarters was jacked up. I mean, It was a mess because I was sick. I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like cleaning up that. I just left it as it is. So a situation come where they had to call me to get some medication or something. So I told them, hey, go into the room and show them how to get in the room. So when they went in the room, and I knew they were going to have an issue, but they had an issue with it. But at that time, I'm like, man, I don't care, man. I mean, like, this is this. I'll take care of this when I get back. Now, if you don't like when I come back and you don't like the way things is, and you want to do me right up on that, fine, whatever, man. Because bottom line is, at this point right now, only person that I'm concerned about is me. I could care less about no client, man. Something ain't right. I mean, I was dying and didn't even know it. Before I went to the hospital and I would go to sleep, man, I was fighting hard just to breathe. I was struggling. My stupid self like saying, well, it'll be all right tomorrow. You know how we get, oh, it'll be all right tomorrow. I'm gonna get to the hospital. I haven't said I need to get to the hospital for 2 weeks. When I finally went, because I couldn't take it no more, I said, God, if something is wrong, I could have died probably that night or the next day. I don't know. But it was so bad that when I was in the hospital, they had to give me some type of anxiety pill because my body was still in that fighting mode. And every now and then it started like thinking things are going bad. So it started going haywire. I'm breathing heavy. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So while I was in the hospital, man, them 7 days, man, I was like, I'm just family came, all my sisters and brothers came, checked in with my auntie, my other cousin, my cousin, uncle, aunties, I call them from the California side came and visited them, and showing me love and stuff like that, and just which really did my heart well because I've never been in the hospital before, never. It's my first experience, and you know how you get to contemplating on stuff, about life and everything, and I just came to the conclusion I'm not afraid to die. I'm not. I believe that when we pass away, we just transition to different dimensions. Life continues. The soul never dies. But what I was contemplating is how well have I been living? I'm not afraid to die, but I have been afraid in many areas of living. I'm 59 years old. I'll be 60 this year. I may only have like 10 years left. I don't know. I may have less than that, but I'm like, okay, 70, I'm probably out of here. I don't know. So what do I do with the remaining years that I have? Whether it's 30 days or 10 years or 20. That is the question. That is the goal. That is the question. That is the goal. So when I got out, man, I'm making sure I'm checking my blood sugar levels. I'm got to learn how to do some intermittent fasting to keep my blood sugar levels under control. Cause I'm really on one insulin right now. That dosage is not too strong. They may change that, but I'm also on another diabetes tablet, Jardiance or something like that, and they got me on this Olympic. I think I'm on that for 2 weeks. I just took my second shot, and I know this because my eating habits are still. I mean, my sugar levels in the hospital was cool. I mean, I was eating healthy. I come back home, it's like shit. It's 9 o'clock at night. Nigga, I need something to eat. So my sugar levels are still a little high, but then I'll monitor it and then bring it down the next day. But I came to the conclusion that I'm going to have to get back into intermittent fasting. And I've done that before. It just seems like right now it seems a little difficult, but that's going to help me keep them blood sugar controlled. Got congestive heart failure, so I can't really drink. They say I can't drink too much fluid, so I'm still trying to find out how much fluids I can drink because I'll drink fluids all day long. I'd rather drink fluids than eat. Be honest with you. I mean, right now I got, what I'm saying, I got water. Can you see this? Cup of water. I got hot tea over here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Where's it at? I don't know. It's all jacked up. Screen. Uh, you know. So just dealing with. So I made sure, like when I came home last week, whatever it was last week. Yeah, last week. And all this drama that's going on, I pushed all that bull crap to the side and started letting me focus on my regimen. I ain't worrying about nothing. And then as days go on, I start picking up a stronger vibe. They're like, hey man, I'm letting these cats know I don't like what you did. I'm not cool with it. I'm just letting you know right now, I'm not cool with it. So I mean, we ain't gonna argue about it. I'm not cool with it, but I'm just letting you know I'm not cool with it. Let me get back and focus on this. You know, since y'all don't want me to do this and that, okay, let me go visit my family. Let me make my doctor's appointments. I got hooked up, my uncle, man, he's 81 years old. Who do I, he came all the way from Waxahachie to meet me at the VA the other day to get me turned on to the particular department in the VA, the Veterans Commission, to get my disability rolling because of my health condition. And I got some other things jumping off too, so yeah. So let's get back to like, so what do we do for the next 10 years? So I'm like, okay, a lot of things I like to do. Most of y'all who know me, like this Facebook account and that YouTube, what I'm doing right now, it's new. Hold on, I got to these. It's new. So I got to add some more friends to this account. But once again, the goal is what do I do? I need to get on here at least. I try to get on here every day, at least every other day or something like that. I gotta grow that discipline. But I mean, hey, I mean, thank God, or thank the Creator, man. Hey, man. So I feel better. Feel better. You know, still have to these stressors that are, you know, uh, in my life right now. I have to monitor them. Monitor that very good. I mean, I take my blood pressure, at least twice a day. I check my blood sugar 2 to 3 times a day. I got to do it tonight before I go to bed. It's like 10 o'clock over here, and I'm uh, I'm just looking at me, and I probably have like 10 years left, so I don't have any time for no drama, and I'm cool with that. You know. So this video may get seen, may not. It's going to have to grow, and I don't know where it's going to grow. I have to continue to keep coming here and jumping on here and grab people's attention and stuff like that. I'm also in recovery. I mean, so much I can do, so much I like to do. Me talk about being in recovery. I mean, we're going on 16 years of being, you know, alcohol and drug free. You know what I'm saying? Going on 2 months of not smoking cigarettes. I'm working on this fasting thing and change my eating style. You know, I had no fried chicken in a minute. Been doing a lot of baked chicken, kind of burned out on that. Uh, just got one of my sisters showing me how to do things plant based. I'm just trying all kind of things to you know to deal with the challenges that are going on in my life right now, so that I can be of service. Because when I was in the hospital, one of the things that really helped me was the people to being of service, man. No matter what I needed and what I wanted, man, they were there. You know, the Creator, man, patched me back up, made me strong again. You know, so now I have to be strong for not just myself, but for other people too. You know, we cannot now. Let's get culturally. We cannot, as a people, continue to fall in these colonizing ways to where we continue to self-destruct ourselves or create self-destruction to ourselves. And it takes work. Some battles we're going to win, some we're not. My Facebook got hacked, man. I was dealing with someone who I know back in California. So I'm thinking this dude, everything was cool. Got some money coming through this way, and I kind of followed the instructions. I'm not gonna put his name out there because I don't really know if the hacker was that clever that we were using his information, or he was a part of it. I don't know. I'm not clear on it yet. Really don't have the time, but I hate the fact that it jacked up my major account. So when I get my photos and stuff switched over to this Facebook account, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one alone. But it went through the procedure and stuff, and my Facebook hasn't been the same. So I'm not gonna put his name out there right now because I consider him to be real cool and everything. He could be a part of it, he could not be part. I don't know. When I know, then I'll say something. It's not a major thing. I just create a new account, but it was messing up my business page because also trying to become a travel agent and booking flights. Put that plug right there. If you guys want to book, I can book. I can book flights and cruises for you. You know, just contact me. You can contact me at www.evotraveleagent.com. Evo spelled EBO. www.evotraveleagent.com/David Brown. It'll take me to my website. You can leave me a message via email, my email, or on my website, and let me plan some things. But at the same time, you know, when you think you're ready to go somewhere, have the information. I have to have certain information so I can narrow down your flight. Got to have dates. Got to have time, destinations. Just don't come and say, "Well, I just want to go here and get back with me." Man, ain't nobody got time for all that. Let me know what you want so I can help you. So, but anyway, my business page was connected to that main account, and I'm still trying to hammer that out. But I don't really need Facebook that much. I think I'm gonna use Facebook for just advertisement and what we call mock booking, for to put out there for people to have ideas of what to do, or be sparking interest, and then I'm gonna focus more on LinkedIn and TikTok and all that for the other stuff. I really don't need Facebook for the business side, but I still want to use it because not only do I do the travel agent side, I also agency side, I also do the mentorship program side where I help other people to become agents and hope, you know, have hopefully, you know, have them find financial freedom. So, like I say, I'm in recovery as well. I'll probably get on here and do some stuff about recovery. I'm always gonna do stuff about B1. I'm always gonna do stuff about religion. You know, understanding, helping people to understand how colonized we have been and we are, and as a people, how great we have always been, but it's always been hidden, always been stolen. Then we got travel agency stuff. How can I help you? How can you help me? So basically, all I have to do is just continue and learn to be consistent. So a lot of stuff that seems important that you know, I don't, people, had caseloads and you know, uh, clients on my caseload. I always consider myself of, you know, doing the best I can, giving the best I can. You know, but right now I'm on a whole different page. That's why I'm called Mr. Lie too long. Because we will be surprised. You know, we will be surprised on how so many things we have been lied to that we think is actually true that we're allowing to uh, direct our lives. You know, I mean, it can be mind-boggling. It can really set you back. That's why some people like some people don't even want to know. Like, man, I don't even want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes. And I get it. However, at the same time, I think I spoke a while back, man. You gotta consider your people, your family, your grandbabies, and great grandbabies as well. Your nieces, your nephews, your sons, daughters. Look at what's going on in society, in the world. Who's telling the truth? Who's not telling the truth? Well, we're never going to find out unless we look at it. We have to look up for it. We have to look up the truth. Yeah, we have to look up the truth. We have to find the truth so that we can live our best life. You may just need the phone keeps going on and on. We may need little tweaking in one area and a major tweak in another area. I don't know. I don't know what you need. I was talking to one of my family members, and he asked me, he said, "What happened to you?" What do you mean, what happened to me? Yeah, I heard you lost. I lost my vehicle. That's all. God dang. This past year was a trip, man. Finance company reneged on the COVID-19 thing, and they saw my information. I woke up one morning, my truck was gone. I had to let go of some people I thought were friends, you know what I mean? And they started acting real shady and it started coming across other people, man, that was just acting real shady. I had to go through that process trying to invest in businesses that weren't that wasn't real and lost money on that. It's like, man. So I had to cut them loose. Who's on? Who's on? You know what I mean? I had to cut them loose. And I get sick, and go to the hospital and 7 days, and now the employer is tripping. I'm like, okay. But that's okay. I mean, how many of y'all remember that movie Tombstone when old boy, I think Val Kilmer was playing Doc Holliday, and one of them other boys, gangsters, wanted to wanted to attack Wyatt Earp, and Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday said, "Hey, I'll be your Huckleberry." I mean, that's where we are. I'll be your Huckleberry. So go back to that, what happened to you. I had to break it down to him. Hey, this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm not tripping over any material stuff. Because if you're trying to say that my material gain is what makes me a person, then you are super colonized. You are lost in the sauce. Things can always be replaced. You know what I'm saying? Things can be replaced at a drop of a hat. All we have to do is make a decision: do I want to accept it or not? You know. Now, what if I start examining you? Could you examine my examination if I start examining you? No, you won't. But in love, I keep it cool. Like, man, it is what it is, bro. Do you know how many cars I've had in my life? Do you know how many relationships I've been in my life? I mean, do you know, man? Look, man. Do you know how far the Creator has brought me, and is still working on me to go further? Just like in recovery. So now I got to do these other things concerning my health and my spiritual health, one day at a time. 43 minutes. I'm about to get off of this. So how can I grow this right here? How can I grow my podcast? The only way I can do it, I have to get on there every day and keep talking till somebody catches and start seeing me come on a regular basis. But shoot, I'm only like 10 years left. I don't have time to be playing around. If that, but I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna say 10. And responding to people who respond. If you're not responding to me, then stop. Bounce. One thing about the travel agency, travel agency, they tell us, "Hey, man, you do not have to rely on family, friends, and colleagues to build your business. You got a whole market out there on social media." Same thing with this podcast or my little live, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole new world out there. So my thing, I have to be consistent. I have to be persistent. I have to be disciplined. Even if I only get in for 5 or 10 minutes, whatever it is, so that the algorithms of the Facebook or whoever, sooner or later it's gonna leak. Someone's gonna hear me, and then we're gonna grow from there. So yeah, man. So that's what's basically going on with me. I think the next thing I'm gonna pull out with, because I want to talk about I want to talk about something. Let me see if I can share this real quick. I don't even know if it's going to show up. I'm always having issues trying to learn this. Let me open up a new tab. Let me open up this here. I want to talk about, I'm going to do some studying on this. The councils of the, let's see, the councils in the Christian church and meeting the bishops. This is the one I want. Let's go here. The first 7 ecumenical councils. This is coming from Wikipedia. A lot of people say that the Wikipedia is not a scholarly type of information, but it gets you started. But I want to start talking about these things right here. I'm pretty sure some of you have heard of this before. Maybe you have, or if you not have you, uh, I'm gonna come with this real quick. The first council of Nicaea, the first council of Constantinople, the council of Ephesus, the council of Chalcedon, the second council of Constantinople, the third council of Constantinople, second council of Constantinople, and basically just talks about in the history of Christianity, the first 7 ecumenical councils include the following. I just read all those off. These 7 represented an attempt by Christian leaders to reach an orthodox consensus, restore peace, and develop a unified Christendom. But I want to get deeper into that. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because we as a people, now Black culture, we have to understand where a lot of our ancient information was plagiarized, which can help enhance your belief system. Come back over here, help enhance your belief system into making us a more effective and powerful people. And those things are not being taught. Yeah, I'm gonna come with that. What's today? Thursday. I'm sick. I have that first one done by Saturday or Sunday. So that should be quite interesting. But anyway, I've been here 47 minutes, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get into some other stuff, man. Tired of talking to y'all. You know, just, stay focused, man. Love yourself, love your family. And if you watch the video, make a comment. If you don't, I'm going to come on back anyway. I'm going to keep on until my platform grows. Um, but at the same time, I'm not, we used to say back in the day, I'm not accepting no wood and nickels. I'm not wasting any time too much anymore. You know, you ain't gotta believe everything I believe in, just like I don't have to believe everything you want to believe in. But can we have a common ground? Can we still grow? That's the key. Can we still grow? We're still having certain. I'm starting coming with some current events as well. I mean, people are still, black folks still getting hanged. There's a lot of things going on in Mississippi, all over the world. You know, like digital was it Digital Underground had that song all around the world, same song. So this is where we at. But I'm back on the scene. I'm back, man. I'm feeling better. You know what I mean? Still dealing with some stressors, still dealing with some ignorance, sometimes, I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes people don't know how sharp you are until you start doing some cutting. Till you start doing some cutting and people start realizing how sharp you actually are. I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm sharp. And that works for other people as well. So much love. I will see you when you see. I'm gonna try to get back on. What's today? Today is it Wednesday? Today is Thursday. I'm gonna try to get back on here no later than Saturday or Sunday with some information, whichever way I go. That's the struggle. For me, it's gonna be consistency and getting on here, speaking my speak, regardless of how people may take it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, sometimes people don't know how sharp you are until you start doing some cutting. So you guys have a great night. God bless you. And I'm out of here.